Rashford took his goals well. Sportsmail.co.uk Marcus Rashford scored a brace as Manchester United reached the last 16 of the EFL Cup with a 41 win over Burton Albion. Jesse Lingard and Anthony Martial completed the route to send out the Brewers, who mustered a late consolation through Lloyd Dyer. Here's 5 main talking points from the match. Manchester United's Sergio Romero failed to catch Palmer's free kick but made himself big to stop Mason from chipping him. Only faced 2 shots on target all evening. 5 Matteo Darmian struggled to stamp out Atkins early on, suspect for the goal, and didn't provide much going forward. Valencia won't fear for his place. 4 Chris Smalling didn't come under much pressure but made some good defensive headers. 6 Victor Lindelof got outpowered by Varney for Mason's chance, played an ill-judged pass to Carrick that led to a Burton shot, and didn't defend his goal with enough aggression for their consolation. There were apparent vulnerabilities that could be brought further to light in a more testing game. 3 Daley Blind, despite his lack of pace, he supported attacks well with some intelligent forward runs, willing to cut inside when the space dictates that he should. 8 Michael Carrick bailed the backline out early on by cutting out a couple of crosses. A controlling presence throughout. 9 Ander Herrera had both the license and physical capability to push on. Stole the ball a couple of times to set up lung-busting runs in the first half, but he kept it short more in the second. 7 Jesse Lingard, not quite at the same technical level as Mata, but he does a lot of selfless work that creates space for other players. 8 Juan Mata, a delight to watch. Some lovely tricks and flicks, finely weighted through balls to attacking speedsters, and unlucky not to get on the scoresheet himself. Had he not been taken off at half-time, United could have almost doubled their eventual tally. 10 Anthony Martial posed a threat all evening with his running in behind. Took his goal with aplomb, and on another day he might have had a hat-trick. 8 Marcus Rashford, a confident finish for his first goal and an equally impressive strike from further out for his second. Habitually beat Burton's defence for pace and did all he could to keep Lukaku on his toes. 9 Luke Shaw on 45, some decent enough defensive work, but considering that he was playing in front of another left-back, he didn't provide the wow factor one might have hoped for going forward. 5 Scott McTominay on 64, didn't provide the kind of drive expected from an academy graduate, especially one in an advanced position. His movement off the ball suggested he would be more comfortable with a deeper role. 5 Joel Pereira on 78, he was only tested in the dying moments when he failed to hold on to a cross and was punished with Dyer's goal. Nerves got to him. 3 Burton Albion Connor Ripley made a lot of saves, especially in the first half. Might perhaps have made himself bigger for the opener, but couldn't have done much about the following 3 goals. 5 Tom Flanagan, whenever the ball went in behind him he recovered his position well to deny shooting opportunities down his side. Guilty of closing down Martial too early for the 4th goal though and leaving space in behind. 6 Ben Turner, a nightmarish 45 minutes. Positioned too narrowly for the first goal, inadvertently deflected the ball in for the third and struggled to handle United's pace. In fairness, so would a lot of Premier League defenders. 2 Tom Naylor, some good challenges, and at one point, he bravely carried the ball into the opposing half. Lost Martial for the first goal though and failed to clever under pressure from Rashford for the 4th. 3 Matty Lund, as a midfielder by trade he didn't quite look at home at wing-back, partly due to the level of opposition. Blameless for each of the goals though, and popped up at the back post for a one-half chance near the end of the first half. 4 Matty Palmer, that opening for Lund came via an open play delivery from Palmer, whose early free kick into the 6-yard box caused a problem for Romero. Not the most industrious display but looked technically accomplished against one of the best midfields in England. 6 Hope Akpan, didn't show the bravery required for the role he was given. Failed to close down Rashford for the second half, was megged by Mata before United hit the post. A poor display. 2 Jamie Allen, some bright runs early on, but at times a little indecisive in his positioning out of possession. Had an off-target shot from outside the area near the end of the first half but was taken off at the break. 3 Lloyd Dyer, Burton's brightest player in the early stages, causing problems down the left. Scored the consolation goal and will be reasonably satisfied with his individual performance. 7 Luke Varney, had a tame shot from a reasonable position, then outpowered Lindelof to set up Mason's early chance, both in the first half hour. Tired thereon, 4 Joe Mason unsuccessfully tried to chip Romero with a presentable 26th-minute opening, but otherwise struggled to make an impact. Not the quickest, and to show his ability, he needed more forward runners around him than he got. 3 Stephen Warnick on 45 shored things up at the back. Beaten for pace for the 4th goal, but that was the only one Burton conceded. 6 Luke Murphy on 45 added presence and composure to proceedings. 6 Lucas Atkins on 78 injected some pace into Burton's play, which was key to the late goal. 7